Yo, we are back with Terra Invicta, and y'all are fighting a dude. So let's
many
do
dudes.
this thing. Yeah, that's true. Many dudes. Deli, you just did your turn.
Yep.
So Quinn comes up to the door, bursts through it.
Oh no.
And sees that you're just attacked this dude, and I think is going to attack Deli.
Heck,
we
I
just
didn't
see
attack
him. Well, I mean, you're against him, so he just knows it.
I'm standing 10
He
feet
steps
away.
in the room and he just goes, "Are we fighting?" And then Zane's like, "Nods." He's like, "We're fighting!" Ah! And he just like attacks you.
Are they on the same team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quinn doesn't necessarily really know what's going on here. I don't think he's just like fighting. Cool, let's go.
Exactly.
Basically.
So he attacks you with his Morning Star and misses horribly.
Must be nighttime.
So relieved that.
Well, it is
that
the evening,
missed.
so. And then his lackeys come.
Luckily, they. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, they can move through his space.
Yeah.
This one is going to come right here and attack Audrin. Unfortunately, Audrin is currently still prone, so they're doing this with advantage. Doesn't matter anyway. Assume a 12 doesn't. Oh, a 12 is your armor class. Oh no!
Wait, what? How do you have a 12 armor
I'm
class?
a rogue.
So?
A rogue with apparently not a good dexterity, not like a epic dexterity at least.
Wait, but isn't
I have no
leather?
constitution.
Also that true. Also that too.
Well, your leather armor itself would just put you at like 13.
He's
Wouldn't it?
down, I think.
Yeah, I just
right?
did his exact amount of hit points.
No. Wait, no. I'm just seriously. No. Wait. Leather armor
armor's-
is 11 plus your dex. Is it not?
AC,
Yeah,
11.
let's check this.
I'm just like, no. Hold up.
Yeah, no. Dude, your armor class should be 14.
12.
No, it should be 14. No, you have oh no, you're right. It is 12. Oh crap. Dang. Yeah, you only have a 13 dexterity. That's why. I was looking at your
You
save.
only have a 13 dexterity as a rogue.
Yes, because I'm planning on multi-classing.
Yeah, he's gonna do intelligence stuff later. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's right. He's down, but add 0. Yeah, so the guy just comes in and just like stabs you.
All right then.
And then this
Guess
dude
it's up to the angels. Let's go.
right, exactly. This dude is gonna like
The reason why the real reason why you're Audrin's angels is because Audrin spends so much time all between life and death. You're like the only things that actually keep him.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because they're like making sure he doesn't. Yeah. So this guy can't land in a. Wait, I think he can actually. So 25. Yeah, no. So he has to end up here and not get an attack. Because he can't stand on this hammock. So that guy doesn't get an attack, but he like crawls in through the door there. And it is Zane's turn. He's gonna turn to you, Anna, and attack you.
Oh no.
And
Nope, that misses 23.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, he did 2 attacks,
Okay.
but then his second hits. The first does not. So 5 piercing as he stabs you with his gladius,
Ow.
or at least attempts to. He probably doesn't actually like stab you, but like gets you like you block it just enough so that it deflects and like cuts on your side. It definitely hurts, but cool. Audrin.
Come on, nat 20 again.
I was thinking the same
That'd be
thing.
cool. Okay,
Well, let's
1 success.
save.
Okay, like that's still fine.
Takewee,
Okay.
you want to run over?
Okay. So debating, right?
And you saw the dude come in over this door.
Right.
Yeah.
Get the guy.
Yeah,
Get
door's
the
open.
big guy.
So here's the thing. Do I try to reason with Quinn and say, like, knock it off? What are you doing? Or do I just
yeah.
full blown rage and just attack?
Up to you.
I was gonna say get Cozen.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but I can't. I'll get Cozen. But I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't technically know that, like,
what's happening. Yeah.
I don't technically know that Zane basically just confessed to him and was
Yeah,
like, it's me.
Yeah.
There's technically one thing that could get us out of this, but
Only one
I'll
thing.
just message. I'll message it to Caleb.
Well, that's why I'm like, do I just like try to reason with Quinn and just be like, dude, like, what are you doing? We're about to like go out and fight. Like, how dare you? Like, kind of a thing. Or do I just
run in and kiss him?
I'm sorry for earlier.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just genuinely asking, like, what should I do? Like, what do you think I should do?
I feel like if you run over and like open the door that you just saw everybody go into,
Door's open, I'm sure.
Or like run over
It
to
is,
the
yeah.
open door and just kind of be like, what is going on? You could maybe get Quinn's attention, but I don't know.
Might not stop it. Oh, he
Yeah.
might be distracted by you.
It's not distracting. It's getting him to just stop. Like, just
Yeah.
like be like, dude, why are you attacking? Because even Quinn, I don't think understands why he's attacking this way. He's just like, okay, like Zane literally just said, we fighting? Or he asked like Zane, hey, we fighting? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah. Like, that's literally it, because Quinn's an idiot.
Yeah.
At least that's my perception of this. Right? I don't think Quinn wants to hurt me or Anna.
He probably doesn't care about Deli though, but
Probably not. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't.
She's
made
just
that
not as hot as us. So,
But like, if I just attack him, then like maybe he just, out of self-defense, he will, obviously. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
do I
Insert
just-
obligatory hot breath weapon joke here.
Well, she already used her breath weapons, so
Yeah, that's the problem.
So
Which is
I don't know.
why she's not hot.
I mean, I don't have a great persuasion. I have a +2, but like, I don't know. What do we think, guys?
I mean, I think if Kosin isn't able to come, like, we're all just gonna die in this fight. So I feel like
just
you should try and talk
just
to him.
race or okay, no, try to talk to him. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So I'm just like gonna come over here. I can go right up to the door at 30 feet.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna like yell out, what is going on in here? And just like try to like,
we're fighting,
like
Quinn says.
And Quinn, like, knock it off. We are about to go into the arena. So, and like, because I'm assuming they just got done fighting too, right?
Yeah, they would have, yeah.
So,
Yeah, you
we
can make a roll.
Yeah. I'm like, we're literally about to go out again. You really want to do this out here, or you want to save it for the arena?
Yeah, make a persuasion. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Like, this is in your own best interest. Like, you need to be in fighting shape later.
Right. Okay. Oof.
Yeah, I don't think 11's good enough. He's in like, rage mode at this point. Not real rage.
Okay. Well, I guess as my bonus action, when I see that he's not listening, I will actually rage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you technically taken your action yet?
No, it's a bonus action to rage. So
Okay.
I guess the persuasion would be my action.
That's what I was asking.
So bonus action, I will actually rage because I'm like, well, clearly that didn't work. So I'm just going to be like, fine, this is how we're going to do it. Brr.
Yeah. Good.
Rage.
I probably like look over and like see Audrin like stabbed, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm looking not great.
Yeah, also true.
yeah, unfortunately, See, I knew that was a risk, but man, I wish I had advantage on that. That would have been good, but oh well. Oh well.
Alrighty. It's Quinn's turn, and I guess he just turns to you because he sees you raging. He's just like, all right, we're fighting, yeah. Almost as good as sex. And he attacks for an 18.
Takes a
that
special
hits.
type.
9 piercing.
Okay,
He's
four,
Morningstar.
four.
Piercing.
All right, yeah. Cool. That's his turn. Anna.
Okay.
You move forward,
Oh.
you can flank.
Okay, but I don't think I want to attack him. I want to attack Zane. He's the one who's the bad guy. I don't know what Quinn's doing. Like, Zane is the one who
initiated everything here.
Initiated everything. So I don't really care about Quinn right.
If we can just get Zane down, maybe it'll be over. Right.
I'd let you make another roll at that point.
Okay. Is it a bonus action to take a potion?
I don't think so.
I thought it was an action.
I think it's an action, unfortunately, because it's just use an object. Which is an action. So.
Are they beat up at all from like their battle?
You know what? Yeah, they probably. Well, they're like the top dogs, and they probably have money. They probably healed up with healing potions all the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're like
I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, it's a good point, but I think they would have.
Okay. Look, I'm just gonna.
Could I make a luck save to see if they hadn't done it yet?
I think the way that it works out, their fight would have had to have been before you. So I think they had plenty of time. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just attacking him. I'm just going for it. This is probably very stupid.
Do it. Yep.
16. Okay. 4 damage.
That's really
freaking
bad.
Serious.
That
doesn't even hit. This is
we're in
nightmare.
All right, Deli, it's you.
Deli, save us.
Well,
speaking of
I don't know if I go for here's the thing. There's the lackey currently right there who can just flank me, but there's also the big guy. If I attack the big guy, I'm going to get his attention. So I'm just going to go for the lackey and hope he doesn't have a lot of hit points.
Cool. That
24?
Yep, definitely a hit.
Roll a 1.
No, he's not down.
What's with this freaking 1?
It sucks, doesn't it?
Dang. All right.
This is going so poorly.
Yep. All right, is the lackey's turns. I think they're gonna so this one's gonna attack Deli.
That
hits for 5.
Yeah.
And this one's gonna attack Anna.
Please miss. Nope, I think I'm
for
down.
6.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. As I fall down, can I yell out? Just yell out and be like, Kozan! As I'm falling.
The great Kozan!
The great Kozan!
Sure.
We need you.
Make a performance check.
Oh no. 16, that's pretty good.
It's not bad. All right, you fall into a consciousness and you don't know whether it worked or not.
I'm screwed.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, so Zane's going to step up to you, Deli.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And miss both of his attacks. Okay.
Wait,
no, he has advantage.
The second one.
No.
The second one hits then, yeah.
Does the first one hit too?
For
Down.
6. First one does not hit, no. So,
And welcome, TPK.
Audrin. This is the thing. You guys are in the middle of the Iron Brigade headquarters. Like, it's very likely that someone else is going to walk in the room very quickly. I don't know if these guys are going to get away with murdering you.
I don't think they're going to kill us, but like...
I don't think they can kill us right now.
So, Audrin...
I mean, they may try to kill Audrin and play it off as an accident.
Another
That's
save.
my only worry.
Another successful save. Very good. Takewee. I think you see a couple of people like looking out of a couple doors over there, like off to the side. Like they're just like, what is going on?
I'm raging. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Make a perception check. Yeah, I think there's a chance you could notice it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you notice. I think you're at least perceptive enough to know.
What are you doing? Get over here!
Right.
We need help.
Okay. Yeah. She's just gonna yell out like, they attack. Like I'm gonna yell out. It's the claw, right?
These are the
Titans.
The Titans.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. The Titans attacked us.
Remember the Titans.
They're bad.
Told you guys, remember.
Cool. Yeah, and I think like you say that, and you see like the people don't immediately do anything that are like looking out the door because they're like, I don't know, sometimes this stuff happens. We don't know if we want to get into it. But I think Kosan literally does like step out of the door at that point and like sees this. And he's like, he obviously seems very mad.
Good.
Okay.
He's like a level 20 fight wizard.
He is very powerful.
And then I'm just gonna like step in here. And just like ready to like attack if somebody comes next to Audrin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, boy, get in there.
Oh, he crit his initiative.
Yeah, so he literally goes next. Like that was the perfect timing there. Yeah, so Kosan is going to rush in and he is going to just go ballistic on this dude. He's just like, what are you doing?
He's like,
as he sees 3 of us unconscious.
Exactly, yep. Right? Yeah. So he has a spear and a shield, and which apparently he carries with him wherever he goes, but I think that's a thing that he would do. Is going to, just attack this guy 3 times with a spear.
It also looks really good for us that Audrin is unconscious in his hammock, so it's very clear that he was attacked.
Yeah, very true.
How did he miss?
Wow, he missed 2 of his attacks. Hit with the 1 and does 11 piercing. That was actually pretty pitiful on his part.
Can he roll like a intimidation check or something like that? Just like knock it off.
Maybe next turn. I don't think you'd do it this turn. I think he went he ballistic and attacked. All right, it's Quinn's turn. I think the thing for Quinn too is like he's just in like battle mode. So he's just like, oh, another guy to punch. Okay, and then he just goes and attacks Kosan. Which will not end well for him, probably. Nope. But it does for now, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
It did 14 damage. Oh, what if these guys kill Kosan? Wouldn't that be
Then that's
horrible?
Your fault, Caleb.
I think it'd just be RNG's fault at that point.
Damage.
No, you made it too low level.
Fail.
Okay, that's a fail. Deli.
Deli rubs her belly and lets out a huge.
Deli! That's right. That's right.
She yells as she wakes up.
Okay, Caleb.
Yeah.
Can it happen? Would this be just a good opportunity for it to happen, or?
I don't think so. No, it's not in the rules there. You can certainly try to eat your magic item and do something cool with it, but
I might try that because, like, honestly, Deli's like, I can't. Like, she feels helpless, so she's gonna eat the spider and go wild. See what happens.
So I think what happens in this, I don't remember exactly the rules that we set out for this. I could look it up right now, but I think for the purposes of just this moment, let's just say, what would really have to happen is I'd have to figure out the actual value of this thing, which I don't know.
Oh, technically recharging magic doesn't happen until level 2, but if you want to just.
Oh, that's true. What do you even have it? This is what you do. Deli, this is what you do. You eat it, and I'm gonna roll on the wild magic table. You just let loose a wild magic surge. That's what happens in this moment.
Okay. Because I can't think, we literally don't have a lot of options.
I'm really excited to roll on this table.
And honestly, that's the only reason you are okay with this is because you get to roll on the wild magic table.
About this. There it is. Would you roll a D100 for me, Deli?
I will roll a D100. 10.
Oh no. What is it? I'm nervous.
For the next minute, any attempt to speak becomes impossible to understand animal growls of various species. Spells involving verbal components automatically fail. That's all that happens. Such is the fickleness of chaos magic.
Yep. So Deli's just trying to say, oh, could I roll intimidation with that? Because as this is going on, you just hear wait, no.
Right.
And you just hear that coming from Deli.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Could I roll intimidation?
Sure. Why not, Deli? Go ahead.
See if the small child can intimidate.
No.
Nothing
happened.
Let's get all 3. Yeah. It comes out less. Cute. That's what it sounds like in Deli's mind. Instead, it's just little literal kittens that you're.
So it's more like, wait. Yeah. Wait.
That wasn't that bad, yeah. Okay, cool. So
we're gonna die.
It's their turns. Well, you have 1 hit point. I think this guy is gonna attack you.
As long as he
misses.
Okay, good.
Even with advantage, I mean, even if you were still prone, which you aren't, he would have missed. So, this guy, I don't think any of them are gonna like stab you guys on the ground. So I honestly think this guy just readies an action. Actually, you know what I think this guy does? I think this guy would like know what the plan is, and I think he's gonna step towards Audrin with the intent of like coup de grace him. So that means Atequi's action goes.
Okay.
Kill him.
Dang it.
Yeah, 10 misses. Sorry.
Gosh, dang it.
He's Audrin still can't die instantly here, and he misses anyway.
He misses.
Well, he has advantage because he's
Oh.
Oh.
So that does hit. So you have 2 failed, Audrin. It's Zane's turn. He's going to attack Deli. And he hit with the first one, so you're down again. Audrin, would you like to tell us about the person you hated the most in the neighborhood watch? Who did you not get along with? What are they like? And I can reveal another member. And, like, does Zane remind you of this dude? Like, is that why this is coming up at this point?
I think there was a traitor.
Oh, there 100% was. I already know who that is. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and I'll just reveal him. I literally know who it is, and I'll just reveal him. So I don't think you know this 100%.
Okay.
But like, all of the signs point to this guy basically being the dude who ratted everyone out. Like, he left the neighborhood watch suspiciously close to the time where it all happened. Mm-hmm. You haven't seen from him since. You've been trying to track him down, and he hasn't shown up. And this guy's name is Sthem. And his like code name, he's a tiefling. And his code name is the Shrouded Star. To look like that. One of his horns is broken off. Green eyes. Beard.
So when you say,
Redskin.
Who's the traitor? It's them!
It's them! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why did you not like this guy, Audrin? Like, is it just because he betrayed everybody? Or did you not like him before that?
I think that he kind of like got off on the wrong side. Okay, this is actually really funny. So Stem, when Audrin initially joined, Stem was like, so we're just taking like any urchin off the street now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so Stem has always kind of been kind of a bit of a jerk towards Audrin, especially after the Red Queen took particular interest in like, no, we're gonna make sure he gets trained. Well, first as it
first
was like,
just in general,
just like, hey, we're gonna take him in, we're gonna train him, and we're not just gonna abandon him. We don't abandon people. And then eventually it became a more romantic kind of thing.
Yeah,
and he became really jealous, and that's why he quit.
Nice,
that's why there was that thing.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, sounds good. Take advantage on this a death saving throw.
Let's hope it matters.
Yep.
Oh my god.
One more?
Oh my gosh. My heart was about to stop. I think you stabilized though too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He stabilizes.
Dang.
Okay, you know what's really funny about that?
So intense.
That whole thing. I click, I'm like, 1. Yeah, that figures. Then I'm like, well, if I get anything under a 10, I die. And then I click, and then it pops up for me. I'm like, 13. Okay, great. But it hadn't popped up for any of you yet. So I'm just like waiting for that sigh of relief. Then everybody at the exact same time.
That's funny.
It was great from my angle.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Dang. Yeah. This is why we play role-playing games, people, I guess. That was intense. Takeway, you're the only living party member at this point.
Oh my gosh.
You could try to make it another intimidation at this point and be like, listen, your boss is right there. Like, shape up.
Yeah.
Can you do that and attack though?
No.
Well, I have a better intimidation than I do a persuasion, right?
Sure.
I tried persuading earlier. I actually have a +4 to intimidation.
And I'll give you
other
advantage
thing-
on this because Kosan is here.
The other thing is if you don't attack, you lose your rage.
Not if he hits me.
Yeah, not if someone hits her.
That's fair.
Okay. And honestly, I don't know if it really matters at this point. I have 6 hit points left.
Yeah.
It's like I
That's
might
fair.
get one more,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't think I can handle this many of them. And even, I mean, Kozan is powerful, don't get me wrong. Like he could probably take all 4 of them, but like I don't know. I'd rather just like try to like, I think Takui would, with her charisma, right? Like that's what she would do. That's the approach she would take, is like to try to like knock it off,
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just gonna, just say like, how dare you, like with her eyes like all glossed over and red and her hair fiery. And she's just gonna say like, I hope Kozan comes in here and kicks your ass.
Exactly.
Something like that, right? And just like, or like, if you don't stop, he is going to.
Mr.
exactly.
Squidward!
That's fair.
All right. Intimidation.
Yeah, do it. With him. Well, you didn't even need it. Yeah, so it happens pretty much exactly as you just said. And I mean, the lackeys first are just obviously like shaken by that, and they look at Kosan, and Kosan like like roars, right? And they just go and then drop their swords. And I think Zane like just like growls a little bit and then just drops his too. And Quinn's just like still like and no one's attacking him, and so he's just like, well, that was fun.
Not
And
for
then-
long.
Takui's hair obviously like falls down, and she's just like, crap. And then she like grabs her like potion and like shoves it down Audrin's like throat.
Cool. Yeah, roll for that.
Yeah, you can roll
I
for
mean,
that,
at
Jordan.
this point, it
It's
might
fine. Shove it
technically
down
be
the
better.
throat of somebody who's stabilized.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I was gonna say.
Well, no, because like he's the one with the testimony and they're the one he's going after. So that's
Yeah,
why I
That
would
makes
Yeah.
sense.
go for it. I mean,
Whatever. It's not like I'm
I
just the
think it
one
makes
who
sense.
called you over. It's fine.
I know that Anna has a potion on her too. Wait, does
That she can definitely take while she's unconscious.
well, but I can go feed it to you in a second.
Cool.
Okay. I'm only one person. I don't have healing word yet, guys. That's not until next level.
Have a good night.
Okay. So I shove it down Audrin's throat, and then
2d4 plus 2.
does Conan say anything?
I mean, yes, he will in a second here. Yeah,
And
so 8 hit points for you.
Guys, that's all of my hit points.
Nice. Yeah, and on it,
So Audrin just like wakes up and he's just like, oh,
Actually, no. So something special happens. Audrin wakes up and just the first thing he yells is "Stem!"
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's them.
Yeah. Right.
and Takely's just like, I guess I know it's them.
And then Audrin's like, "What? Yeah.
And so does Conan say anything?
Conan.
Oh, Sam. Okay,
Wait,
I did
that was
consider you that.
That's a Freudian slip. This guy is definitely very Conan-like. So yes, 100%.
Well, she said it. This is the
Kosan.
second time. This is the second
Kosan.
time she said it. I
Oh,
thought,
is it? Nice.
Conan, Kosan, whatever.
It's
Who
very
cares?
close.
I know. I think I totally think it should be Conan now.
Well, it's Kosan because copyright infringement.
Well,
but
it's
yeah.
not.
Oh,
Cool. So,
please, there is no copyright infringement with Conan.
yeah, I think it might be in the public domain at this point. So I think what happens is we can just assume you go and stabilize Anna and Deli. I'm not too worried about that. I think what Kosan does is he, like, you say that, Audrin, you say, yeah, it's them. And then Kosan, like, grabs Quinn and, like, turns around and shoves him against the wall. Or probably against the door. Like, the door was, like, ajar, and he just closes it with Quinn's body, like, shoving him against it. And Kosan says, why are you attacking my new gladiators? And Quinn's just like, there was a fight, and I wanted to join in. It was fun. And Kosan like, and he like looks behind him and sees like the other two like lackeys like, and then Zane like just looking darkly, and he looks at Audren and he says, "What happened?"
Yeah, so Audren goes, "Well, I was laying here in my bunk, and then Zane comes up, and I give like the spiel he gave, and then I like gesture to the hole in my hammock, and then he stabbed me."
Right, yeah.
Well, I mean, Kosan kind of saw that, maybe. Actually,
no, he didn't see that.
He wasn't here for that.
But so Kosan looks at Zane and says, "Is this true?" And Zane's obviously going to try to lie here. I'm trying to think of what he would try to say. Because he knows that Kosan hired you guys, so he would have to do some sort of lie. Okay, yeah.
Well,
so
then,
I think what he says,
but didn't he just say? Didn't Doran just relay that he gave the whole spiel that like he knew that we were hired, and that like
right, yes.
So Kosan knows that he knows that we know.
It's true. I don't know if he can get out of this then. So he's going to try a desperate attempt. I don't think he can make a roll here because I just don't think Kosan would believe his story. But he basically just says like, "No, you don't understand, Kosan. They're blood sister agents. They took you in. And then he just starts like, being flustered, doesn't know where to go with that story. And Kosan just like growls again. "It was you then, Quinn?" And Quinn like pales, and he just says, "I don't know you. The poison. Was it you?" He's like, I don't know what you're talking about." And Zane, I think, says,
and then Taqui's like, "You told me this morning that you heard that somebody was poisoning others."
Yeah, and I think at that point, Quinn just like points at Zane and says, "Yeah, I was Zane. It's his idea the whole time. I told him not to do it." And Zane just like his eyes wide, and he's like, "No, what are you talking about?"
Can I make an insight check to see if he's telling the truth on that one?
Yeah, insight.
Like Quinn is. Yeah. Or if he's just like trying to deflect blame.
Unsure.
Okay.
Maybe both. Maybe it was mostly Zane's idea, but Quinn went along with it.
Okay.
How did we get stabilized?
So at the very least, I gather from that insight check that it wasn't like somebody else hired Zane. It was Zane's idea, or no?
You can't tell. Yeah.
Can't tell. Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So, I mean, Quinn says that, and I think Zane like is just like gritting his teeth at this point, and he looks at you, Audren, and I think he says, "I set the delay on that too much. I think I set the delay on that too far into the future." And like referring to the device he's obviously planted on you again, and apparently he had it set up for like the next like team fight, like the one before, but he's misjudged, and he was like, "Dang it, I wish it would have happened sooner than this." And then I think he just says,
"You chose poorly."
Yeah, exactly. Zane is just like, "Go ahead, Kosan, fire me. I don't care." And Kosan like frowns at him, like almost like, "Are you stupid?" Like it's like, "Fire you? I'm not going to fire you. I'm turning you over to the Dawn Council. You poison people." And Zane just, his eyes just widen. He's like, no, you don't understand. It didn't start out like that. We thought it was we thought it was going to help us in the fight. And it did for a little while, but something went wrong. All right. And that's why it happened to us. And then
Audren just like butts in and he goes, Zane. It always starts like that.
He's like, you don't understand. It was all just a big, it got out of control. We found out it poisoned us, and so we used it against the other team because, well, we're the Titans. We always win. But Quinn here has been slipping. And he's just like, "Ugh, I hate you, Quinn." And Quinn just like growls at him. She says, "I hate you too, Zane. Should have never listened to you."
What's the opposite of a bromance?
Yeah. Rivalry.
Yeah, I guess.
Brenemies. There you go. Yeah, I mean, so they just kind of devolve into blame shifting at this point, and Kosan is just like, so no one else was involved in this. And I mean, they just like look at each other like they're not necessarily going to say anything more. And Kosan is just like, well, fine, then. And then I think he like turns to some of the other dudes that are like have been watching this and like calls them over. It's like, take them away, sort of thing. And we start to get this, right? This sequence of them like coming over to grab these people. And I think Zane is gonna make one last desperate maneuver. I think what he's gonna do is he is gonna take out a hand crossbow and just point it at Kosan and fire. And we'll see if he hits. No, and he fails. So it seems like he had confidence in himself that whatever he was going to hit him with, like whatever new poison or something he had, it was going to do more, but it misses and it hits the door. And Kosan just says, well, I have another attempted murder charge to get you on. And that is, and I think he's going to try to actually run away at this point. He's in a very bad position because there are people surrounding him. So I think I'm just going to make an athletics. Versus Kosan's athletics. Not even a yeah.
Embarrassing.
Wow. Very embarrassing.
Yeah. And so he just like, Kosan just like knocks him out basically. Just like he probably just clotheslines him. And just the guy just gets completely knocked out. And Kosan looks at the rest of you and it says, well, sorry about that. I didn't realize they were going to attack you.
And then
are me and Deli actually conscious?
You fed them health potions.
So do you give us our health potion that we had on us?
Yeah, unless you don't want me to and you just want me to stabilize you, but
well, I mean, we're unconscious, so it's whatever you would do.
Yeah, it's what you would do.
I guess that's true. Yeah. It's 65 gold a piece.
We're about to get paid at least.
I know. It's true.
Yeah, but then you would also get paid and still have 2 health potions.
Yeah.
It's what you would do.
Yeah, because
Takely would feed them the potions.
Okay, because the other
she
thing
wants to make sure that they're going to be fine.
Yeah,
because the other thing is you don't necessarily know how to stabilize us.
That's also probably true. Yeah. Yeah, so you're all up at this point.
Okay, quick question, Caleb. Does the wild magic, since I went down, does the wild magic still on?
Let's say no for the purposes of yeah, that's fine.
Because the thing is,
go ahead.
The thing is, now I just saw him fire that dart that obviously looked like it may have had poison in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. Now that I've seen that,
yep, yeah,
I can analyze what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As soon as I return to consciousness, I like sit up and I'm like, it was Zane.
He's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we got that.
And I just kind of like look around and I'm like, oh, sorry. And just kind of like made this such a mess.
Yeah. So Takely is just like, well, Kosan, looks like your mystery's solved.
Yeah, he nods and he says, the thing is, we still don't know what this is. And I don't want my gladiators partaking of it again. And he looks at their, he probably looks at Deli because you guys gave him a letter and like gave him the information. So he looks at you and says, do you know anything more about where this came from?
We kind of know some stuff, but not a lot. And the one I had,
we have another one on Audrin right now.
Oh, right.
So we could just like,
so we like search Audrin's body to try and find it.
Yeah, make a investigation check.
Who has best investigation?
I don't like the idea of people investigating Audrin's body.
Audrin, you make the investigation check.
Can he make it with advantage since it's his own body?
No.
Okay.
That might make it harder. Yeah, you're fine.
There you go.
So Audrin, this one looks a little different. So it's still the kind of same spidery design, but it like has red iconography on it. So the other one's like plain, and this one has like a little symbol on it. And obviously Zane's not like awake to explain any of it, but you might want to interrogate him later. Yeah, something's different about this one.
Can I make some sort of like history check or something?
I was gonna say Arcana with advantage with my help.
Yeah. If you and Deli want to just like take a look at it and see if you can figure out why it's different.
Okay. Should I roll Arcana or history?
You can do both if you want to. Make an Arcana with advantage and a history without it.
Okay.
Well, you don't know anything about its history. But with a 24 Arcana, I think Audrin, you realize this was like deadly. They upped he upped the dosage on this one so that instead of, because basically what you figured out at this point, based on what Zane said and like looking at it again, these are magical steroids, right? That's what they are. They were performance enhancers. They bought them off the black market to be better gladiators, and something went wrong, and they started passing out from it instead. And so that's when they realized, hey, we can just switch this around, just put these on our enemies and make them pass out, and then we can win gladiatory matches. So what this dude has done, you don't know whether or not, you don't actually, with a 24, you probably have a good guess of like how deadly it would have been. It would have been pretty bad for you. I don't know if you know if Zane knew what he was doing, right? Like maybe he just guessed at this. It's unclear whether or not this is like Zane particularly was making a particular concoction. It's almost as if this was just a different one they bought, actually, the more you think about it. This probably wasn't him making his own one. This is probably they just bought a different one. Maybe whatever buyer they got it from, they figured out, hey, you were scamming us, and these are actually going to kill us, but we'll still buy stuff from you if you give us the stuff to use on our enemies, and they found a better one or something. That's your guess.
Okay.
Deli would turn to Audra and say,
Can I have that? I know some people who might be able to figure out more about it.
I give it to her.
Cool.
She looks at it very carefully, like, hopefully this doesn't poison me accidentally.
Yeah.
So I think Takeaway's like, so we're in agreement that we figured out it was Zane. If you'd like to, we can do some further investigation and see who was selling it. I'm sure we can figure that out as well.
I know some people who are looking into that already.
Perfect.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't feel like we need to like play out that whole sequence. I think what we see, Deli has connections with the collectors. The collectors, she has faction access.
And now they can take their time doing it.
And they can take their time.
Out who is buying them. So now we just got to figure out.
Yeah. So they're doing that. Did you have something, Jordan?
I did.
Yeah.
At some point, I wanted to just discreetly have a really, really brief discussion with Kozan to warn him, basically, hey, if there is another person involved with this at all, if they're going to go after anybody now, they're going to go after you, because if they go after someone else, then you're going to know that there's somebody else involved.
Yeah.
So just to have him watch his back.
Sure. Yeah.
Could we also look around to see if we can find any more of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just like turn over the bunks and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Audrey, make another investigation with advantage.
Nice.
Yeah. 24, certainly. You find 3 other minor ones.
Can I'll just take them all with me so we can figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we really want them for anything.
I mean,
Audrin wants to tinker with them for sure.
Okay,
later,
I'll give him one, and then I'll have the other 3.
Yeah, I mean, so while they're doing that, Audrin, if you want to roll Arcana to like tinker with it or whatever,
sure.
I don't know what you want to do specifically, but
yeah. So
you said you wanted to reverse engineer it.
Yeah, I want to basically. It's like, okay, let's start this tinkering journey. Like,
This is one of the reasons why I had this be what was happening here, because I wanted to give you a device to tinker with. So
yes, so I'd like to use Arcana to kind of tinker / reverse engineer it. And I am hoping that my general knowledge of how things and parts work together is in regards to ships maybe translates to this, even though they're like
it does in a general way that allows you to make the roll, but not like get an advantage. Yeah.
Okay. If I use my thieves tools, can I use it? Can I get advantage? Like,
honestly, I think thieves tools are also what's making this roll possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the issue is at this point, Audrin doesn't have enough knowledge or experience with these things. He's starting that journey now.
Okay. Am I at least good at to a point where I'm probably not going to hurt myself?
Oh yeah, you won't be able. I mean, I assume you drain the poison out first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you're not accidentally splashing your face or anything.
If I can drain it out in a way that I can, well, no, I probably shouldn't be keeping poison on me. Probably doesn't look very good.
Why not?
None of us really have a good way to use it.
Oh no!
Well, I guess you could put your knife in it.
Yeah.
You can put your daggers in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If I can find a way to like.
Yeah, you can extract it. That's
we just drank potions, like we have vials.
Yep, exactly.
I'll give Audrin the poison from the other ones too.
Wouldn't it suck if it was the same color as the healing potion?
Oh my god!
And you get it mixed up with like.
Oh no!
No, it's not. It's like green.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll take the. We'll figure out how to add that in.
You have a super deadly poison too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. If you drain out the, I mean, I assume you're going to do that after the collectors have looked at it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's probably safest.
But you can still. I mean, they're not going to take it. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. So I guess Arcana.
Yeah, make an Arcana. Yep. Yeah, 21. Yeah, I think you figured out how to put it together and or take it apart and put it back together again. It's the thing with this is you don't have the same materials. It's obviously made of some sort of rare metal. Again, if the origin is from another plane, it's probably something from there. But if you and some of the pieces fit together in such a way that it probably is only possible with this sort of metal, because it's like a pseudo magical device. But you at least figure out how it works and like all the moving pieces and stuff.
Can I re-engineer it then?
You could probably do something else with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could tinker with it and try to modify it somewhat.
Okay.
Especially, I mean, honestly, especially if you have 4 of them, you could, yeah, you could do something. Yeah, not that you want to do that exactly. Like the point of these is to be subtle, but yeah, I don't know.
The point of these is to be subtle.
Collection.
Yeah.
But,
I'm definitely imagining them just like coming together like a transformer and forming one mega transformer.
Caleb, I know what I want to do with it.
Yes, Jordan.
You've played Assassin's Creed, right?
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good. I haven't played Assassin's Creed, but I know you're referencing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Boom.
That's what I think I want to make with this.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yep.
Yes.
I mean, you have a dagger and you have all these, like literally you could have have the spider hold it against your wrist and then have the mechanism be modified so that it makes the dagger shoot out. Yeah.
Well, and so like even if it doesn't, like I'd like to try to reform the spider to look more like a bracelet.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it just.
I mean, Audrin, if you want to do this, just make another Arcana check. Let's see if you can manage to do this. If the pieces will work, you can take advantage though because of your good Arcana check earlier.
Okay.
There you go. Yep. Audrin, you now have a secret assassin's tool.
Okay. I need to figure.
Nice.
So we'll say then that you took like the basic ones and I kept the shiny red one.
Yeah. The real specifically because like they probably need to really look at that poison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think unless anyone else has like a thing they want to do, I think we end with the revelation of like what was going on with the stuff. The collectors get back to you and give you some information. Mm-hmm. So what they do is they talk to, you're probably all there. There's no real reason. Would Deli be fine with taking them to the collector's place?
She'd probably be nervous about it, but she'd be okay.
Yeah, because I mean, they already know about it because you just told them I have people I can bring this to, but
Is this the next day or still that same evening?
Probably the next day, yeah.
Because then I was gonna see if Carrick still wanted to talk to me that night.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Under the moonlight.
The thing is, Kosan doesn't need you as gladiators anymore. So like the activities get postponed and like the match ends and you guys don't end up doing the other stuff that you had planned,
get tied
right?
Together.
You don't get tied together, exactly. But yeah, I think but before we get the collector's reveal, let's do that. So if Anna would actually show up to the rendezvous point, I think he does too. So yeah, I think it's out in, let's say it's in the like holes of the Coliseum, like the holes that are like like any football stadium, like the holes that would be kind of like in the actual structure itself, and then some of them would lead up into the stands. So like in this dark hall, and there's like torches probably, or he probably is carrying a torch. And you meet him, and he, I think, looks at you and then says, "So I hear you figured it out. So maybe my information is useless."
I mean, we figured some stuff out, but any information that you have probably wouldn't be useless.
Yeah, and he looks kind of sheepish. And I think he says, "No, my information is pretty much useless. I just had my suspicions about Zane and what was going on there. I have to be completely honest. I may have just wanted to see you again."
Kind of like blush, and I'm just like, yeah, Zane was a bad guy.
So he said, "Yes, Zane was a bad guy."
And it does not know what to say.
Yeah. And he kind of just looks at you and he says, "You're really quite beautiful. Do you know that?" And he like reaches out to touch your cheek.
I'm just like frozen. I'm like, I don't know. I was not.
What is his name again?
Carrick. Anna knows though, because of a roll she made, that he's lying about his name.
Oh yeah. So I just kind of go like, "What's your real name?"
And he like starts at that like what like what do you mean?
Your real name. It's not Carrick, is it?
No, I guess not. And he like drops his hand. He like starts to he turns away just his head like a little bit dramatically, like he's staring off in the middle distance, right? And he says, "My family name is Sumel." And I'll write that in chat for you.
Say his family name?
Yeah, my family name is Sumel. My name is Nemlar.
Nemlar?
Nimlar.
Nimlar. I don't know if that's worse or better.
Carrick's definitely better.
No, then Nemlar.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is like the equivalent of, figuring out Entangled that his name is actually Eugene.
Or Blarty Fartbost.
Have either of you, or have any of you four seen the play The Importance of Being Earnest?
Yes.
I've read it.
I've read it, yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
It's been a while, but yeah.
I'm sure there's a reference there that I don't remember because I haven't read it in a while. Yeah.
It's been since high school.
Well, The Importance of Being Earnest was about these two guys who weren't actually named
Ernest. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
And then they wouldn't want to marry him because, like, the two girls wouldn't want to marry the guys because they're like, "Oh, I could never marry any guy with any name other than Ernest."
Right.
Oh, yeah. So Nimlar Sumel is the name that the original character in Savage Tide had. the more I'm thinking about it, it doesn't actually sound like a name for where he's actually from. So I'm gonna look really briefly just to see if there's another similar name that I'm gonna slightly change.
You freaking wrote it down.
I know. I'm sorry, but you're right. It would be kind of disappointing to learn that this guy's name was Nimlar after his name was Carrick before.
You're so beautiful. What's your name? Nimlar.
It's like there's a reason I changed my name.
Yeah.
We'll call you Carrick.
Your name, Burgot. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry to any viewers out there whose name is Nimlar.
Well, I mean, you definitely insulted the original player who named their character Nimlar, but
how many people are named Nimlar? Search a name.
oh yeah, this guy's name is Nestor. I like
No
that better.
results. Literally,
Yeah, I don't
nobody
think it
is named
exists.
Nimlar.
So his name is Nestor Sumel?
Yeah, and I want to see if I want to change the.
Okay, well, good thing I have only written down Nestor again after crossing out the other names. So take your time.
No problem. I want to make sure I get the name right here.
Could get
Nestor Bester.
Nestor Lemus.
Audrin, do you have a last name? This guy's half elf, so I'm just like wondering, what do you?
I'm sure he probably did.
Yeah. Okay. So you just don't know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The only thing Audrin knows is his first name.
Yeah. I'm just trying to because this guy he's half Portuguese and probably half. I don't know. Are you half Chinese? Or half Japanese? Or half? I don't know. Some other Indian.
Okay, so actually, I had a question that I actually messaged you on Facebook a second ago, but I'll just ask you.
Yeah.
Who is canonically Italian?
Asmar.
Azamar. Oh, dang it! I can't do that.
But Adeline was French.
Yeah. Again, like you can basically, I'm totally fine with with the world being flexible enough that any race can be any culture. It's just the larger generally, yeah, we can assume.
Okay. So then the Italian language would be.
It's a form of common.
Okay.
Well, no,
that's fine.
I guess it would be a form of celestial. It would have, yeah. Languages don't work like the regular world in this.
Gosh darn it. I just wanted to have the Assassin's Creed quote.
Oh, yeah.
Requiescat in pace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll go with Sumel. That's fine. Yeah, Nestor Sumel.
But as far as like Audrin's elf side.
Yeah.
I'm
just curious.
I'm not sure if we decided.
Decide now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more prominent ones are, especially with the way that your character looks, you're probably either half Chinese or half Japanese. But
okay. I'll go Japanese.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah. So Nestor says that, right? He says, my family name is Sumel. My name is Nestor. There's a history that I don't want to be public. Those names could get me into trouble in the wrong quarters. I think he says in the wrong company. It could get me into trouble in the wrong company. And then he looks at you and then kind of gives you a look like you're the right company, right? Like that's.
And then I just say, well, if we're introducing ourselves by our real names, then I'm Joanna. But not really anybody calls me that.
I'd like to. It's a beautiful name.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think he kind of frowns slightly and he says, I don't think I'm going to remain with the Iron Brigade. Things have changed around here and I don't know. Maybe there's something else out there for me. I'm still going to be in Calabar, though, if I could look you up later.
I mean, like, I guess you could look me up, but I live at the monastery. I don't look me up how. I don't think I'm
It's
in
a turn of
anything.
phrase. I meant call on you.
Oh. Okay.
And then I think he grabs your hand and like kisses it. And he says, it's been a pleasure, Joanna. I would very much like to speak to you again. And I will. But for now, we should probably get going.
So should I guess I should call you Carrick? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I think he like thinks about that. And he says, no, it would feel wrong now. I think he looks at you and he says, I think maybe I need to stop running away from my past, from those things. Please, call me Nestor. I think I'm done hiding.
Okay, if you're comfortable with that, okay.
I have never felt more comfortable than when I'm with you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you for
just gives you a
sharing
big
that with
smile.
me.
Yeah, he just gives you a big smile. And he says, I'll see you later, Joanna.
Bye, Nestor.
Yeah, he just starts walking away and pulls up a cloak, leaves.
Shipping so hard.
Cool. So the
He's
collectors.
a little intense.
He is a little intense, yeah.
Somebody call UPS.
Oh, I get it now.
I'll say, wow, what a stark contrast to the interaction I had with a male earlier.
Yep. For sure. Nestor was raised a gentleman.
That's true.
Quinn was raised by wolves.
Audrey's like, I wonder what it's like to be raised.
Yeah. So,
And
you guys go to the collectors, to the Shrine of Madoc. Have any of you ever been here before?
Not that I know of.
If there was any sort of like, errands that the monastery had to do with the collectors, then I would have.
Probably not. I don't think they really.
Yeah.
They would have not have liked the collectors super much.
I may have, if I worked in the Merchants Guild, I may have had to deliver something to them at one point.
Possibly, yeah. Anyone who wants to can make a religion or a history check to know more about the collectors.
I just imagine Anna's like, oh, this place is nice.
18.
Okay, I'll just wait until everybody rolls if they want to.
Oh, nope, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
what should I
I'm
do,
just like,
Caleb?
I've done literate over here before.
Which one? Religion or history?
Do history.
Okay.
Well, that didn't work. So, Anna, you're the only one who knows anything more about the collectors. Specifically, the shrine, I think, is what you get. Like, Deli has filled you guys in on what the basics of the collectors are, right? Like, they gather magic items and collect them. They're into magic items. Anna, I think the thing you know about the collectors. So, Anna, you have probably been to the Church of the Bitter Curtain. That one other organization that we haven't really heard a lot about. I think Anna the whole time has basically known who and what they are. The Church of St. Cuthbert works not closely with them, but like knows of their existence and helps them where they can, and like they help each other. And that this is the reason why you know a little bit more about the Shrine of Madoc. So Madoc is one of the new gods. His original name was Marmaduke.
Oh.
And God of Chaos, you know. And the Church of the Bitter Curtain, they worship the new gods per se. Their relationship to the new gods is very different than to the old gods. They serve the new gods. And you have, been there a couple of times, probably with the master of the monastery on a couple of errands. And you know that Madoc is one of the new gods, and so is part in some way of the Church of the Bitter Curtain. But the collectors don't really associate a whole lot with the church. So there are some servants of Marmaduke / Madoc that work for the Church of the Bitter Curtain. But most of the followers of Madoc who join one of the organizations join the collectors. And again, the collectors, I think, you know them as being pretty enigmatic and neutral and basically just worried about themselves and magic stuff. They're very obsessed with it. But yeah, you know that connection. You know that there's a pantheon of new gods that has been formed, and you maybe don't know a whole lot of the implications of that, but you know that this shrine is part of that, whatever that is. Yeah, so the collectors give you the information they learned. So Alan of Dale, he says, he's speaking to you, Deli, but obviously everyone else is in the room. He says, we found a few important things about this. They're from the Shadowfell. Do you know anything about that?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of that before.
Anyone can make a roll, I guess, but like in theory, normal people don't really pay attention that much to the other planes.
What would it be? History?
Honestly, history, any three of those would work. So
history, Arcana, what?
Or religion. Any of those would tell you something.
Oh, dang.
What the heck?
Yeah, so
we're rolling
Anna and Audryn certainly don't know anything.
So you want to go for a history roll?
Yeah, I will. I was just wondering if I could make any argument for advantage on this.
Yes. Yep, your backstory, 100% take advantage.
Thanks, cool. 18.
Deli, did you want to make the roll or no?
I don't think Deli would know anything about other
that's fair.
planes in existence.
So Takewee, you know, well, obviously the god of death lives there. You know that. Yeah. And you know, it's the realm of the mind. So I think you know the basics of the information we know from Terra Nullius.
Right.
I think you know more or less everything that's generally important that we already know about the campaign. And then I'm going to reveal what the collectors have found out that you guys don't know.
Okay.
And that we don't know as an audience either yet. So you know that much at least, and then they reveal the rest and they say, the Shadowfell has been changing over the past 100 years or so, growing. Cities have been forming, wars have been waged. Seems that all of the planes have been in flux recently. And I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you. Us collectors are privy to more going on in the multiverse than the normal average person is. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, this comes from one of those cities. A city called Menzo Berenzan. And he says, there's a race of beings that lives there. They're called Drow. Drow, probably is pronounced. They're called Drow.
Could you put the city in chat?
Yeah. Menzo Berenzan. I don't know if that's actually how you spell it.
If I spelled it right.
I need to look it up myself. Menzo Berenzan. There you go.
Dang it.
I would have been very impressed if you had spelled that right in the first try. So yeah, Menzo Berenzan, and he says the name means city of spiders. And he says there is a drow somewhere in this city, maybe multiple, and they have been selling their poison on the market. They aren't a race that lives here in the material world. They wouldn't have come by ship. Some portal somewhere exists, and they've been coming through that way. Sneaking, maybe disguising themselves as someone that they're not. And he gives you a quick description of a drow, and drows basically, they look like elves, but they're like completely black skin, like not like ridiculously like not natural like dark skin, just like actual ebony black, and they have like white hair and usually like purple eyes. So yeah, so he gives you that description, and he basically says like these devices come from Menzo Berenzan. We've been able to track it back that far. There's a drow in the city, and I think he says the one connection we've been able to make is someone in the Erebani manor is connected to this. That was an augury. Madoc showed us that, and he's always vague. But there's something about that manor that is connected. And anyone who wants to can make a history check to know more about Erebani Manor. It's a minor noble house in the I think it's the district noble in the merchant district. So Takewee, you know the basics. Merchant district. Let's see. Yeah, the merchant district's representative nobility are the Erebanis. Lady Katarina Erebani is an eccentric noblewoman who has a strange fascination with spiders. She's quite popular, and she goes above and beyond to ensure the people of the merchant district have fair representation in the Dawn Council. And she entertains many suitors, but has yet to settle on a single person to share her estate. She is a half Azamar. So she is.
What was her name again?
Lady Katarina Erebani.
Katarina Erebani.
I got Erebani right, but I couldn't spell Katarina the way you wanted me to.
Yeah, it's the Portuguese spelling.
Okay. So we know she's involved. She probably is the one housing a portal for them.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you like with a 16.
Takeway's very interested in the idea that there are cities in the Shadowfell. She's like, but that's where you go die.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Like she's just like, okay, like she doesn't say that to anybody. She's just like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, and so I mean, Takewee, you know, with that 16, like she has a strange fascination with spiders, so like that's immediately suspicious that she's probably directly involved. Yeah,
right. And yeah, so I think she's just like the spider lady.
And I think Alan frowns because he didn't thought that through. And he's like, "Yes, the spider lady. Oh no."
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Audrin just straight face palms.
Yeah. I mean, Takewee, like it's not even it's that like she decorates her whole manor like spider themed.
She's got like the creepy like Halloween house, but it's always like that with cobwebs and like 100%. Spiders going around.
Dilly goes,
wait, I wonder if she's the one who wanted that big spider, the one we had to kill.
On the boat.
I mean, in theory, you know that it was being smuggled out of the city. So I'm.
Oh, right.
But,
so she was the one that was stolen.
Maybe
her spider.
Maybe.
I don't think she would have let that thing go. Maybe they stole it from
stolen.
her.
That's why I said it was stolen.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not till
So that's what you learn, and I think like that's pretty much the end of the trail there. The thing is, and I think Kosen even tells you this, like he's like, All right. We're probably just gonna have to let this go for now because like Lady Erebani is really powerful in the city,
Right, I'm like-
and I don't want to anger her.
I'm basically just going to like relay this to Kozan, right? And
Yeah,
just be
exactly.
like, so this is where it's coming from. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
But like,
And
Give us our
he just
goals.
says that to you. He's like, well, I was going to send you on more investigation, but I think we maybe have to let the trail die there. We don't want to get involved with the Erebani's.
yeah. And she's just like, yeah, I don't know if we're quite there yet either.
We need to have a few more levels.
That's
Cool.
not until later in the campaign. Wait for us.
That's late game content.
Yeah, if you go there now, you get to the door of the manor, and then it says, you must be level 18 to enter.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't
Right.
worry. I know the strat. There's a wall that you can glitch into and skip the whole fight.
And it hit the final cutscene where you kill her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed run the campaign.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean,
We almost sped run to our demise.
yeah. There were some close calls today for sure. So I think
Too many
that's
close calls.
Yeah, I know.
That's what happens when we don't have a healer, and that's why I need to level up.
And you guys can now, yeah, right? You have a full 24 hours. I think the last day of your break is spent resting, training, doing that stuff, leveling up. We'll don't do anything yet until we figure out how much XP you got. But yeah, that's
Why? Because we might level up to level 3 too.
probably not, but
No, we're
Anyway.
not.
But we also get paid.
yes. How much did he agree to pay you?
150.
150 each.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So feel free to take 150 gold each.
And this time I'll actually take gold.
Barely
Exactly.
enough.
I give
Yeah.
10% to the monastery.
Very good. Very good. Do you guys give 10% to the Adamant League?
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's
I give Jack
135.
Diddley to
15.
nobody.
Gold. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
because
so
you
we get
work for them.
135.
I know.
Yeah, so all that's happening, and then after we get that day, right, where you're just kind of like leveling up and training and whatnot, I think the last thing we leave off with is you guys show back up at Lavinia's Manor, right?
Oh,
And
Well,
yeah,
there's one.
mhm.
There's one thing I want to do
Yeah,
before
go
then.
Ellie wants her drift globe.
Oh yeah, we see you enter the
The whole reason
what is
I
it called,
did
Little Sunrises or something like that is what the name of the shop was.
Ellie walks in, she plops the bag on and says, like, there, I have it.
Yeah, he frowns at you. And I don't think he says anything. He just like takes the money and counts it because he doesn't trust that you actually have it. But he counts it up and he's like, yes, I suppose this is enough. Take it and leave.
She grabs her drift globe and leaves. She has her drift globe now.
Yep, Deli gets her drift globe. That sounds like
Cost
a
me
children's book.
$2.50.
Deli gets her drift.
I mean, Deli is a child.
Yeah,
Yes,
Physically.
Deli looks like a child.
she does indeed. But yeah, I think the last shot we get, unless you guys have any other last minute details you want to wrap up.
I mean, when I give my money, I
Give your report.
I give my report on what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, Father, whatever his name is, Father
I
Valentine.
know I couldn't think of it.
Father Valentine.
There we go.
He is very interested in the Shadowfell nonsense. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna pass that on. Definitely.
Is that a
He says,
major
I'm gonna pass
crime?
that on to the Church of the Bitter Curtain. Because the other thing you know about the Church of the Bitter Curtain, Anna, is that they specialize in demon hunting, and extra planner stuff like that. So they're definitely gonna be interested in. So
Okay, I totally want to do like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer inspired like one shot now.
mhm.
That's just all people from that.
Church of the
That would
Bitter,
be
Bitter
awesome.
Curtain. Yeah. I was honestly, so I kind of wrote my own downfall of this. I was very interested in any of you joining the Church of the Bitter Curtain, but they're so mysterious at the beginning that no one was like, I mean, they're just a church. Like, oh, I don't care about them. But yeah, I'm excited for any of you to learn more about them and maybe join them at some point. I am honestly, the first thing I thought is I really want Takewee to join the Church of the Bitter Curtain because they're connected to the New Gods and your Tlacanoli, and I think it's your kind of thing. But we'll see if we
Oh
get there.
my gosh. If we did
Yeah.
that, my character would be Oh, totally base him on.
I mean, I think she's definitely like, because she's keeping the Shadowfell stuff to herself. I think that she's definitely like, okay, I want to find more out about this. Because like, she's been kind of sheltered her whole life. Like she knows, like she only knows the basics of the Shadowfell of like what happened in the history.
You were told the story over and over again of like the Terra Nullius stuff, but
but it's been passed down, over 100 years now. So it's like, okay.
But
Curious,
how much of the
what's going
Terra
on with
Nullius
that?
stuff do people actually know?
I guess it just depends on your tribe.
Yeah,
probably.
But yeah, so if that's the end there, the last shot we get is you guys coming into Lavinia's manor, and basically, she says, "Oh, I'm glad you're back. I have heard some rumors. I have a lead on where my brother is. Are you ready?"
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just cut there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that we actually managed to finish that little side mission in this session. Because like as fun as it would have been to do more gladiatorial stuff, I'm excited to get back to the main campaign, the main quest.
We needed to level up to level 2.
Yeah, no, it worked out.
And we got to meet some cool NPCs.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you to meet
really cool NPCs.
Meet Nestor in the future. He'll be around. Cool stuff. Well, let's go ahead and just end here, and then we can do the after show and give you guys XP and talk about the session.
Woo.
If you're a patron, look out for that after show, and we're out for now. Adios.
Bye.